Imagine waking up today with $50,000 in high-interest debt pressing down on your chest. You look at the clock and feel like time is running out. This is the exact moment where panic usually sets in and paralyzes your choices. But if I had to start over right now in 2026, I wouldn't panic. The first step to psychological survival is acknowledging the total number without letting it define your worth. You are not your debt. You are simply an individual managing a math problem that has a logical solution. The second thing I would do is gather all the brutal numbers onto a single screen. We hide from our bank accounts because our brains are wired to avoid immediate emotional pain. But avoidance is the fuel that debt feeds on to grow bigger. I'd look at my smartphone screen and list every single creditor, balance, and interest rate. Facing the cold reality strips away the phantom fear of the unknown. Once the data is laid out plainly on the table, it stops being an emotional monster and becomes a tactical map. Next, I would take a magnifying glass to the psychological root of the problem and cut off the source. That means physically breaking the tools that allowed the debt to accumulate in the first place. You cannot clean a house while the front door is wide open to a dust storm. Stopping the bleeding requires an immediate, non-negotiable pause on all credit card spending. This gesture is more for your mindset than your wallet. It signals to your subconscious that the era of financial self-sabotage is officially over today. Now, we enter the negotiation phase, which is highly critical in the current economic landscape of 2026. I would sit down and draft an exact script to use when calling my credit card companies. Most people don't realize that interest rates are often highly negotiable if you ask correctly. You are going to write down your history as a customer and prepare to speak with authority. The psychology here is simple. Credit card companies want to get paid, and they will often lower rates to prevent default. I would dial the number on the back of my card with absolute confidence. I tell the representative that I am working on a strict repayment plan and need an interest rate reduction. If they say no initially, I will politely ask to speak with the retention department. This is a game of persistence, not luck. A drop from 24% to 15% changes the math completely. That phone call takes 20 minutes, but saves you thousands of dollars in interest. When you get that first rate reduction confirmed, you will feel an immediate wave of psychological relief. Seeing the system bend to your request proves that you have power in this equation. It validates the fact that proactive communication beats passive avoidance every single time. Now the money you pay each month actually chips away at the principal balance, instead of disappearing into pure interest fee waste. This small win creates the vital momentum you need to attack the remaining balance. With the current rates minimized, I would immediately look into a 0% APR balance transfer strategy. In 2026, finding a card that offers 12 to 18 months of zero interest is your primary weapon. You are moving your expensive debt away from the predatory rates into a safe, frozen vault. The transfer fee is a small price to pay for absolute breathing room. This strategy buys you precious time where every single dollar goes directly toward killing the debt. But remember, a 0% balance transfer card is a ticking clock, not a free pass to relax. I would map out the exact deadline on a calendar and divide the balance by the remaining months. If you don't pay it off before the promotional window closes, the high interest returns with a vengeance. The psychology here demands extreme vigilance and strict scheduling. You must treat that 0% window like a structural emergency that requires daily focus.
Welcome to the
Now
broadcast.
you must choose your strategy.
Adjusting the
The
microphone
debt snowball
now.
or the debt
Transmission is
avalanche.
clear.
The avalanche saves the most money by attacking the highest interest rate first. However, the snowball builds psychological momentum by knocking out the smallest balances first. If I had to start over, I would choose the snowball, because humans run on emotion, not just spreadsheets. Seeing an entire account drop to absolute zero provides a massive hit of dopamine that fuels the next battle. To supercharge this roadmap, you have to look at the income side of the ledger. Cutting back on coffee won't solve a $50,000 problem fast enough. I'd open my laptop and dedicate 2 hours every single evening to building a secondary stream of income. Whether it is freelancing, consulting, or digital asset creation, your main goal is acceleration. Every single dollar from this side hustle bypasses your lifestyle and goes straight into the debt furnace. Let's break down the actual mechanics of a modern lean budget. Yo,